Right now, one of the biggest shifts happening online is that people are starting to build digital products with AI much faster than before. A few years ago, creating something like an ebook or a course or a template pack, whatever, or a digital guide, well, that could take weeks or even months. You had to write everything yourself, you had to design it, you had to organize it, maybe even hire some freelancers. And that process stopped a lot of people before they ever launched anything. But now, AI changed that completely. And honestly, that's why you're seeing so many people suddenly talking about selling digital products online. And the barrier to creation collapsed. What used to take months can now be done in days, and if you know how to use the tools properly. But of course, before we get too excited, I want to be very honest about something. AI did not magically make digital products easy money, it just made creation faster. That's a huge difference. Most people are still going to fail if they create products nobody actually wants. And honestly, that's the biggest mistake beginners make. They get excited about creating something before checking whether people are already buying in that category. Then they spend days building an ebook or a course or a template pack. They launch it and hear absolutely nothing. No sales, no traffic, no interest, and not because the product looked bad, but because there was never a demand in the first place. So, if you actually want to make money with digital products in 2026, the real skill is not using AI. The real skill is understanding demand. That's the part nobody talks about enough. The good news is that finding demand is easier now too. You can literally research what people are already buying. Amazon, Etsy, Gumroad, and even TikTok, they tell you exactly where money is already flowing if you pay attention. For example, if people are already buying bookkeeping templates or some fitness guides, meal prep planners, or some social media swipe files, or Canva template bundles, that's a signal, all right? It means the market already exists. You don't need to reinvent some revolutionary idea. You just need to create something useful enough for a specific group of people. And honestly, that's one of the biggest mindset shifts beginners need. You do not need to be the world's greatest expert. Most people online overestimate how much expertise is required to sell digital products. Usually you just need to know more than the person buying. That's it, you know? A fitness coach with a few years of experience knows more than a beginner trying to lose weight for the first time. Someone who figured out a budgeting system knows more than someone struggling with finances. Or a freelancer who organized their workflow can teach someone just getting started. And that's how most practical digital products work. Now, AI becomes useful because it removes a huge amount of execution work. Things like formatting, organizing, drafting, designing, or outlining, and structuring. That's the stuff that used to consume enormous amounts of time. For example, now you can use ChatGPT or you can use Claude to help you brainstorm product ideas or to help you organize research or to generate some outlines or structure ebooks, create templates, and even draft large portions of content. And honestly, this is where most people misunderstand AI. The people making money are not like copying raw AI outputs directly and selling them untouched. That's where AI slop comes from. The products that actually succeed usually combine AI speed with human perspective. That's the important part. AI gives you the draft. You make it useful. That means adding examples, personal stories, clear explanations, better organization, or some practical systems. Because generic AI content is becoming extremely easy to recognize now. And honestly, customers are getting better at spotting low-effort products. That's why your angle matters more than pure information. Now let's talk about product formats, because this is another area where beginners overcomplicate things. Most people immediately think that they need to build some giant course with dozens of videos. Usually that's unnecessary at the beginning. Simple products often work better. Things like ebooks or some guides or some Notion templates, spreadsheets, Mini courses or swipe files, checklists, or even prompt packs. These are much easier to create and validate quickly. And honestly, templates are becoming one of the strongest categories because people increasingly want shortcuts for everything today. They don't necessarily want more information. They just want systems that save time. For example, some business templates or some budgeting sheets or AI workflow systems, social media calendars, client onboarding kits, or some productivity dashboards. These solve immediate practical problems, which is why people buy them. Now, once you have a product, the next big question becomes, how do you actually sell it? And this is where people usually become intimidated because they imagine needing Shopify stores or some complicated funnels or coding or expensive websites. But honestly, selling digital products has become much simpler too, because of the platforms like Thrivecart or Gumroad or StanStore and others. They let you create checkout pages yourself. They let you deliver products automatically or to manage affiliates or to process payments without needing complicated setups. And honestly, this matters because simplicity increases consistency. All right, that's the key. The more friction you remove, the more likely you are to actually launch something. One thing I found interesting from Uploaded Reference is the focus on stacking products instead of relying on one winning product. And honestly, that's much more realistic strategy. Most beginners imagine one product suddenly making them thousands overnight. In reality, many successful creators build income through multiple smaller products compounding together. For example, maybe one guide makes you $50 a day. Another template makes $80 per day. Another mini course makes $100 a day. Over time, these stack. And this is important psychologically too, because smaller goals feel much more realistic than trying to build one giant hit immediately. Now, let's talk about some traffic here, because this is where most people struggle. You build an amazing product, but if nobody sees it, nothing happens. And honestly, this is why content creation becomes so valuable now. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and blogs, well, all of these are traffic engines, all right? You create useful content related to your niche, you attract attention, and then direct people toward your products. For example, fitness creators sell workout plans. Finance creators, they sell budgeting templates. Productivity creators, they sell systems. Or business creators sell guides. And that ecosystem works because the content itself builds trust first. Now, I also want to be realistic here. Building traffic takes time. This is another place where people quit too early. Your first month might feel slow. Your first videos may barely get views. Your first product may barely sell. And that's normal. Digital products compound over time because your audience grows, your products improve, your systems get better, and your catalog expands. That's why consistency matters much more than intensity. Now, another underrated part of digital products is affiliates. This is one of the smartest growth systems because it turns customers into promoters. Platforms like Thrivecart makes this easy by allowing people to earn commissions for sharing your products. And honestly, this is one of the reasons digital products scale so well. If your product genuinely helps people, affiliates can massively expand distribution without you needing to run huge ad campaigns. But again, none of this works if the product itself feels low quality or generic. That's why I think the real opportunity with AI products is not mass-producing garbage. It is using AI to remove friction so you can focus more on solving problems, improving quality, and shipping faster. Because execution speed matters now more than ever. A few years ago, many people stayed stuck in planning mode forever because building products felt overwhelming. AI removes a huge part of that bottleneck. Now the challenge becomes, can you consistently create useful things people actually want? And honestly, That's a much better problem to have. So, if I had to summarize the realistic opportunity here, it's this. AI dramatically lowers the barrier to creating digital products, but it doesn't remove the need for demand, for positioning, for traffic, and for consistency. The people making real money are usually not trying to hack the system or something like that. They're solving practical problems. They validate the demand first, and they create useful products faster with AI. And they build audiences around those products over time. That's the real business model, not overnight niches, not push button passive income, and especially not by uploading one ebook and then disappearing. Just consistently building useful assets faster than before. And honestly, that's why this opportunity is probably more real than most online trends right now. I know that there's a lot of people going to tell you, oh, you can make easy money with this, but they're probably going to sell their course at the end of the video, or they just have an affiliate link. Everything takes time. If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to stay consistent, you're going to see small wins and you're going to be proud of yourself. But if this is not for you, if you don't have the stomach for it, if you don't think you're going to have time for it and patience for it, don't start. There's a lot more other opportunities waiting for you to just find them. So, wish you good luck, and I'll catch you in the next one.